Yo, this is Teresa Weatherspoon, better known as Teaspoon, and you're watching Real Fans, Real Talk.
Live from the can. Vibe, you can.
This is Real Fans, Real Talk. Real Fans, Real Talk. We as real as you thought. Real fans.
What's going on? Welcome to another live edition of Real Fans, Real Talk. I'm in the new studio today. We still working out some stuff in the new studio, but y'all gonna be seeing a lot more of myself and Eric in the studio very, very soon. This is a special show for us today because we have a super special guest, a record-making basketball superstar. Let me introduce. Hold on, because I want to do this intro right. So let me just introduce my co-host Eric Sanchez, aka Legend in Two Games. First, what's going on, man?
What's really good, bro? I'm super excited for today's episode because, as I always end off every episode by thanking our supporters, this was someone that was highly requested and recommended, and then it kind of came together really quickly. So I'm excited for this guest and have this opportunity to speak with her as well. Yes,
we had a barrage of comments asking for us to reach out to you to try to get you to come on the program. Now let me get back to this introduction. Now, the former San Diego State superstar set some records that lasted, I want to say 4+ decades, a little bit over 4 decades. And so, of course, one of the future basketball stars of the world, Juju Watkins, broke it in 2024. The record for points in a season for a freshman, pro basketball player, All-American. My goodness, and so many more things. One of the greatest women's basketball players. Some of you know her, some of you don't, but everybody's going to know after this episode of Real Fans, Real Talk. Tina Hutchinson, welcome to Real Fans, Real Talk.
How you guys doing?
Amazing.
We're amazing, right? We're amazing. We feel very honored to have you on the program tonight because, as I mentioned, a lot of our supporters and followers have been requesting you. And as Trip highlighted, I mean, you hold a record that's older than some of our supporters and followers.
Oh, absolutely. That's when basketball was showing off basketball back in the day, okay?
Hey, let's get to it. What you got, Trip?
Yes. So welcome to Real Fans, Real Talk. I'm going to start back from your decision to go to San Diego State because you didn't go by yourself. A couple of your high school teammates joined you at San Diego State University.
Absolutely. But let's take it back even a little bit further than that. It was from Birmingham, Alabama. We ain't gonna worry about that.
I told y'all we still working the kinks out in the studio, so don't worry about it.
You know what? We still working the kinks out. You know what? So look, it was from GW Carver High School, okay, and from Carver High School to Illinois, and from Illinois to San Diego. So that was the roundabout way of me getting to.
Hold on, I think she might got a call on the.
Got a call coming through.
On the iPhone. It's okay. We're gonna hang on, watch it until she gets that back together. In the meantime, Eric, there's still some things going on in sports. Don't worry, y'all. We're gonna get Tina back in just a minute. Hold on, I think she's coming back now. But there's some other things that we're gonna talk about in the meantime. Clarissa Shields, another great win to maintain that undisputed heavyweight title, and she's back to calling out Layla Ali. Eric, did you get a chance to check out the highlights from the fight?
I checked out the highlights. It was what we expected. Clarissa Shields is the greatest woman, greatest female boxer of all time. She continues to cement that legacy. I know from a fan perspective and like a dream matchup, we would love to see her and Layla, but I don't think there's anything for her to prove in a matchup against Layla Ali, who's been out of the ring for as long as she's been, and obviously with the age difference. Clarissa Shields was dominant, man, and she has not been challenged in quite some time. I can't think of a fight that she was challenged round by round. It might be spots, but round by round, consistently, she dominates and she continues to show you why she's the GOAT.
Yeah, I think a Layla Ali fight, for Clarissa Shields would really just be a cash grab because, I don't think anyone in the boxing world is going to put too much on a win over a 47-year-old Layla Ali who hasn't fought in over 15 years. So realistically, if she's saying, because she said she got the 15 million for Layla, is really because this is probably going to be her biggest payday as well because of the name. Like I don't think a woman in boxing right now that would get Clarissa Shields a bigger paycheck.
No, there isn't. We talked about this last week too, that this is more of a money grab. Because again, there's nothing to prove. You beat Layla Ali. Layla Ali is 16 years older than you and been out the ring for over 10 years. So you win. It's like, oh yeah, you're supposed to win. If you lose, granted, it's a great upset, but there's nothing to prove in a matchup. And unfortunately for Clarissa, when you're this great, you find yourself in the same range that Roy Jones for many years found, where you don't have an equal. You don't have somebody that you can go up against that can draw in the fans.
Yeah. All right, we got Tina back with us. Tina, can you hear us?
Yes.
Okay.
Well, can you guys hear me?
Yes.
Yeah, we can hear you.
Okay.
All right.
So
So hold on.
Okay. What about now?
Yes.
Yep.
Okay.
So continue to tell us your origin story.
Yeah, let me tell you this journey right quick. So it was from Birmingham, G.W. Carver High School, to Illinois, and from Illinois to California, which is San Diego State. And yes, as you were saying, it was my coach that was in high school got the job at San Diego State. Of course, he was going to bring along some players from Illinois, and that's what he did. Tony Wallace, Demetrius Joyner. We all went with Coach Ernest Riggins, who is deceased now.
Now, let's go back to Birmingham, though. Let's start there. Let's start from the beginning. What is your early recollection of falling in love with the game of basketball? Like, do you have a defining moment or a pinpoint moment?
Oh, my God. I started playing basketball, Eric. It was probably I was maybe in the 6th or 7th grade, and I used to love to follow my uncle around. He was really good. He actually went to Phillips High School, and he played with Enos Watley. His nickname was Enimo. And I started loving the game then, and we moved to the north side of town. My grandmother had a goal where we actually put a goal on the back of our garage. That's what we did back then. And I know everybody has done that. And so we would go out and play, and I would play with the guys. I would be the only girl that would be out there, and they would push me around. They would get mad, if I scored 2 points. And, man, just because she a girl, man, treat her like she a boy. We ain't going to take no pity. And, to be honest with you, that is where I got a lot of my skills from, and being hard and being tough. So when I got with the girls, it was cakewalk. It was absolutely cakewalk.
And if we, not to fast forward too much, we were talking about obviously San Diego State following Coach Riggins out there. Was it because Coach Riggins was going there? That's really the deciding factor going to San Diego State? Because you had UCLA, you had Louisiana Tech. When Louisiana Tech was a powerhouse in the early 80s, and you chose San Diego State.
I was in 1983. Okay, let's back it up a little bit. In 1983, I was #1 player in the nation. I could have gone to any school, any college or university I chose. Okay, let's put this in your pipe and smoke it. If you are, that's that Southern talk. Okay, if you're getting the job at San Diego State, and the only reason why you're getting that job is because you tell these people, hey, I can bring you the #1 player in the nation. So what do you think the president of that university is going to say? Hey, if you can bring us the #1 player in the nation, you got the job.
But did you know that prior to him getting the job? Did you know that it was a package deal?
I did not. I did not. And let me just tell you this, Eric. I was really young. All I wanted to do was play basketball. All I wanted to do is travel, showcase my talent, and just let people know, it is good things that come out of the state of Alabama and moving forward to Illinois. Okay. So that's pretty much what happened. And I tell you, when I got out there to California, talent such as mine, they had never seen before. So it was pure, raw talent. And I give God all the glory for the talent that he gave me. It's sort of kind of like a diamond. You know how you just like a diamond in the rough and you polish it up a little bit so it can shine?
Mm-hmm.
That's all I needed. When I went to Illinois was just a little bit of polishing up. I worked with my brother, Ernest Riggins Jr., and it seems as though when I got out of practice 2-3 hours, I'm getting ready to go take a shower. He come knocking on the door. Hey, get up. I said, what you mean get up? We finna go out here to the playground. I said, I'm tired. No, you ain't tired. He said, This the fourth quarter, 2 minutes left. Hey, you got to be able to kick it in the overdrive. And that's pretty much what we would do. Go to the playground, shoot around for another hour, hour and a half. And that's where I learned to shoot a pure jumper.
How difficult was it to leave Alabama? Because you went to Illinois, you were still in high school. So that was a very, very mature decision to
Young. I was really young. Actually, the coach in Illinois saw me at a camp in Middlesville, Georgia. And mind you, I like that. Mind you, I have relatives in St. Louis. So I would often go visit them and, things of that nature. But primarily I lived in Illinois with family people. So once I did that, it was sort of kind of like home, but not home, by Illinois being the Midwest, roundabout. And it's a different way of living there. Man, I ain't never seen so many rice houses. That's what they call them, the rice house. But actually, it's Chinese. So, oh my God, you got a rice house on this corner? So, I was really amazed at that. And then when I left home, I was 15, 16 years old. I was just a pup.
Let me ask you this, Tina, and then I'm gonna get to a couple of the fan questions because they starting to pour in for you. We got a whole bunch of questions for you. In choosing San Diego State and not maybe going to one of the powerhouse schools, do you think that you still accomplish the same things that you do freshman year if you don't go to San Diego State?
Trip, that's a question that is never, ever, out of all the podcasts that I've been on, I've never once been asked that question. But I tell you, my oldest brother, Johnny Jordan, thought that I should have gone to the University of Tennessee, Pat Head Summit. And she and I were really, really close. I mean, she would personally come to my grandmother's house, just to talk with my parents. And I do sometimes regret not maybe going there, but I was wanting to be in the fast lane. I was wanting to see and do some other things rather than being in the South, if that makes any sense. So that's why, the West Coast, it was really good for me and it was really bad for me. Because it was just things that was happening. They were happening so fast. You got all of that money out there. You got all of that fame out there. You just have so many things. You got the beach, Pacific. I mean, it was just so much that California had to offer.
Yeah.
And I indulged in all of it.
That's actually a great statement you make there, because you going out to California early to mid 80s, that's a crazy time within the culture.
Yeah.
Oh, yes.
What was that shock like? The difference from, like you said, being from the South to the Chicago and then California. Now you're experiencing all these things as a very young woman.
Man, let me tell you this. I had to grow up fast. I had to grow up really, really fast. But being that I had a coach like Ernest Riggins Sr., and he just showed me some things, told me some things, and it was pretty much how things were going to be coming at me. But I didn't think that they were going to be coming that fast, like they were. The fans, other coaches, Smokey Gaines, which is, he's deceased now as well. Smokey Gaines played for the Harlem Globetrotters. Michael Cage was out there at that time. So it was a lot going on and it was a lot to do. And at first when I got out there, I was like, oh, wow, this is great. Being in the South, you got to sort of kind of make your fun, make you this, make you that. But being out there on that West Coast, I tell you, it was always something to do. I spent a lot of time over in Tijuana, just kicking it down there, eating a whole lot of lobster. And it was awesome. It was awesome.
All right,
He was.
let me go. Let me get to one of the fan mail questions. Shout out to Ron Charles because he was in here at 5 o'clock before we even sat down. He done
was
put some
camped out.
questions in here for
He
you.
was camped out early. He was camped out early for you.
Waiting for the new sneakers to come out.
Out a new iPhone.
Yeah, Ron says, Miss Tina, tell us about your family and how it was growing up in Alabama in your early years.
Oh, it was great. Let me tell you this. What's his name? Ron. Thank you, Mr. Ron, for that question. I didn't have a bad upbringing. We weren't poor or anything. I had 3 meals a day. I wore decent, clean clothes to school every day. My mom, she worked. My grandmother, she was a homemaker. And so my family life at home wasn't bad at all in my early years here in Alabama. But I was just wanting something different because at that time, I don't know if you guys know this or not, but in the state of Alabama, it was all men's basketball. Women's basketball was not promoted as much. So now, keep this in mind. When I went to Illinois, I'm like, you guys are promoting women basketball just like you are me. And that's what I had never seen before. So that was great for me. But my upbringing, it was great. I wouldn't take it. I wouldn't change it for nothing.
Where'd your I saw a previous interview and I see you today. Where your fashion sense came from? Because I see you in that polo.
You know, they call me the polo queen in
Okay.
in Alabama.
All right.
That's all I wear is polo. I mean, you know, I ain't trying to brag. To God be the glory. If you can, you can. But now I've worked hard to be able to
Absolutely
to do this thing like this. You need to see the whole ensemble because the shoes the shoes match the shirt.
Oh, hold on. Now you're gonna have to post it on social media. We gotta see. We gotta see the whole thing.
Don't worry. I'm gonna give it to you.
Okay. I mean, I appreciate it and I respect it because Trip and I being from New York, we from that era, you know, what they call the low heads, the cats that was a little older than us.
Right.
They were involved in some things that maybe weren't the most, you know, upscale, but they made sure they stayed in the new polo though.
I got you. I went to a little dance the other night. Guy walked up to me and said, "Hey, that shirt you got on, that's the new 2025." I'm like, "The new what?" "That's the new 2025 polo. Where you get that from?" I was like, "Man, hey, let me just get me a chicken wing plate, okay?" I don't know nothing about no 2025, but nothing like that.
Hey, listen, just compliment it and keep it moving.
Hey, look, don't start asking no question about no polo, but I don't know. Everybody in there falling out laughing, you know, but it was, showed me some love.
That's what's up.
Oh yeah, most definitely.
Shout out to Pooh. Pooh says, Tina, what age did you realize basketball comes easy to you and that you were better than most females?
Oh my God. I tell you now, when I was here at my 9th grade year, only thing I knew is that I loved the game of basketball. When I went to Illinois and played, now the talent was there in Illinois. Don't get me wrong, those girls could ball all out of control too now. But my level of intensity was just a little bit higher than theirs. And as I said before, to God be the glory, because he gave me this talent. Mm-hmm. And once God gives you something, hey, you either use it or you lose it. And I used it.
There it is.
We talked about, obviously, your upbringing, then getting out to California. There's something that's been talked about by other people, their perspective. I'm going to get your perspective. 1984 Olympics. You were supposed to be on that team. There's been debate as to what happened and why you weren't on that team. Can we get your perspective on it?
Hey, Eric, I see you done did your homework.
I told Trip, the supporters and the followers, they're going to have to relax tonight because I got a lot of questions.
He did.
Well, you did.
I got a lot of questions.
Okay, so now here we are. The Olympics, this is what I hear. The paperwork didn't get in, didn't receive the paperwork. And I'm saying, come on now, what's wrong with this picture? But then once I realized everything, California has its ups and downs. The West Coast has its ups and downs. I recognize and realize that everything out there is political. Everything is politically drawn by money, not what you know, but who you know. So being that I'm coming from Illinois with a black coach, not knowing any ups, downs, and turnarounds, not knowing anything about, I'm gonna be honest with you, I didn't know anything about Cheryl Miller. I didn't know anything about USC, Long Beach, all those prestigious colleges and universities. I didn't know anything about them. All I knew was about Tina Hutchinson and San Diego State. Now, I don't mean to be a cocky a ball player or anything of that nature, but the only thing I knew is I just wanted to play basketball. I wanted to display my talent. So from what I understand with the Olympics, this is my perspective on it. They didn't want Cheryl and myself on the same team. Wasn't enough basketballs. And by Cheryl playing, and don't get me wrong, I love Cheryl Miller. I love her game and all of that. But excuse me, they did not want us on the same team simply because they didn't want me to take anything away from her. By her already being out there and being established and all of that. And I didn't know that at the time, but as the years grew on, Linda Sharp was her coach. And for some reason, Linda Sharp was Cheryl Miller, Ernest Riggins Sr. was me. And so the two just didn't go together. But now I can't take anything from Cheryl, because she's one of the pioneers, as myself, that paved the way for these young ladies that are playing now. So let's not get this thing misunderstood. She did her thing. She won a couple of championships, and I'm not taking anything from her because, she's got game.
Absolutely.
So, but that 84 Olympics, it hurt me. But at the time, what could I do? When someone else is controlling your destiny, someone else is controlling this, someone else is controlling that. All I wanted to do was play basketball.
Is that where the narrative comes from, that you had or have an issue with Cheryl Miller?
Well, the issue is not with Cheryl per se. It's not with her. Cheryl is she's a great person. Not taking anything away from her. Her game, her personality, not even her brother Reggie. I met him a couple of times at the sports festival. But anyway, the thing about it is, if talent see talent, no talent, why be jealous of one another? It's enough basketballs for all of us. Only one per game though. But yeah. She just, I don't know how we kind of went to the left. And we need to get past that. Those are our collegiate years. These are our great golden years, right, where we're living now. And like I say, I don't have a problem with Cheryl.
No, and I mean, to your original statement that you made too, I wouldn't take it as cocky. I mean, people got to realize at that time, there wasn't social media, there wasn't this hype. So there was no way of you really knowing who she was, just like there was no way of her knowing who you were. You just wanted your opportunity.
Absolutely. But see, when you're the number one player in the nation coming from Illinois, come on now, she knew who I was. She knew.
I'm saying it wasn't the ability to understand a person. It was almost like you just know them through hearsay, right?
Oh, absolutely. And I couldn't wait because the camaraderie, when we played USC, I mean, it was standing room only. It was the Tina Hutchinson and Cheryl Miller show. But now I don't like to look at it like that, because that's how the media rates people. I always say defense win ball games. Offense only sell tickets. Great offensive player. Sure, great offensive player. And when you get that, what they call it, that je ne sais quoi, when you know what I'm saying? When you know what you know. And Cheryl knew that was going to be a good game because it was a lot of talent. Penny Toller, Tony Wallace, Shelda Arsenal, Paula Przinski was on my team. Okay. We had a good team, but we were young. And her team was more experienced than my team. I'm not going to say they had more talent. They were just more experienced, at the collegiate level. We were freshmen.
Now, the numbers show you went off in both those matchups. But did you go into those matchups already with the chip on your shoulder? Like I'm gonna remind her why I'm the number one player.
Absolutely not. You're not gonna get me to go there.
No. I'm not trying to stir the pot up. The competitive mind state is, hey, I can respect you, but I still want to show out.
I was looking forward to the matchup, and it really wasn't about who's the best, because my jumper was a pure jumper. It's almost like when I go back and look at some of the pictures now, like I say, there again, not being cocky, giving God all the glory. When I go back and look at some of the pictures of my jump shot, everybody in the stands, it looked like everybody just stood still every time I got the ball to see what she gonna do next.
Yeah.
But now by me being young, now I didn't know any of this. All I wanted to do was make 2 points or grab the rebound. That's all I wanted to do. Either pass the ball to my teammates.
So, all right, let me ask you this thing, because in that game, there's a lot of stars in that game. Now, I just want to hear you. So, who's the best player on the court in that game?
Wait a minute. Let me go get my driver's license. Let me go get my driver's license. Let me show you my driver's license. Let me show you.
I just want to be clear. On that one.
Let me tell you something. God was the driving force, you know. God was the driving force. But now, as far as being on that court, I thought I was the main ingredients. I'm just going to tell you the truth, what God loves. I thought I was the main ingredients, but I didn't have anything to prove to anyone because they knew. But now, whether they wanted to recognize and realize it or not, now that's something totally different. Because at that time, I probably would not have recognized and realized Cheryl and the McGee sisters and Cynthia Cooper, you know, as them being dominant players in the game. You know, but they were. But at that time, I thought it was all about me.
Got you. Let me take a question from one of the supporters. Hoop Central says, because since we're talking about it, in your rematch at St. Peterson Gym with USC.
No, that ain't St. Peterson. That's Peterson Gym, not St. It's just Peterson Gym.
Peterson Gym. You had 29 points and Cheryl had 28 points. Ernest Riggins called Cheryl a typical hot dog and said he lost respect for her. Then Linda Sharp says there was no place for this basketball then, comparing you and Cheryl, saying Miller is a fundamentally sound player. Although Hutchinson is good on offense, she has a lot to learn about defense. Why were both coaches going at you kids?
You know what? I really don't know. And let me just clear the air up with that. People always want to say, you know, I was basically an offensive player. And I just don't think that was true, because I averaged something like, I'm not really sure with the steals.
6.2 steals a game, something like that?
6.2 steals a game. Okay, now you tell me if that's someone that's not playing defense. Okay, rebounds. And even with the girls now that I help out with, I tell them this: move your feet. Move your feet and stay low. Keep your center of gravity low. Now, if I was just an offensive player, I think that was just, like I said, Linda Sharp was just hating on me for real, to be honest with you, because she's one of the ones that stopped me out of being in the Olympics, to be honest. I'm just being honest. But I tell my girls, look, move your feet. Play defense with your feet. Intimidate with your hands. How many coaches tell their players that if I was just an offensive-minded player? No. I can't stand that LeBron. Now, don't get me wrong. LeBron, he's a great player. But I don't think that he played the defense that he should.
They have a thing on the show where we try not to talk about LeBron as much, and then the supporters always want to bring LeBron up. So no, you brought up LeBron. They say it now.
They do it to antagonize Trip, because then they know Trip's gonna go down the rabbit hole of talking about LeBron. But this ain't about LeBron today. This ain't about LeBron. This is about you.
I just used LeBron as an example.
Absolutely.
That's all I did. You know, but I don't know what classifies a player not playing defense, because I tell you this, Ernest Riggins Sr., he was not only offensive minded, he was defensive minded as well. And if you didn't play defense, you wasn't going to be on that court on his team. So I was doing something right.
Yeah.
I mean, correct me if I'm wrong. I'm not from Chicago, but my understanding is you got to play tough defense to play in Chicago.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Defense, offense. You
Right.
have to
You
be
got to be a gritty
a
player to
all
play in
around.
Chicago.
You have to be an all around player. And people ask me till this day. They say, "Well, what position did you play?" I played all 5 positions.
Mm.
I had to learn how to handle the ball, excellent shooter, rebounder, post up. I mean, all of everything, dribbling. You have to be an all around player. You just can't limit yourself
Mm.
because you never know when you're going to be called upon to do someone else's position. So I always tell people, don't be getting ready, be ready. Be ready to go in, as Nick Saban would say. Hey, somebody gets hurt, next man up.
Mm.
Next man up and get in there and do the job.
Let me go to shout out to Todd Jefferson. Todd Jefferson says, "So you get to Carver High School. How did your freshman season go? Did you win any championships? And were you getting national looks from college your freshman year?"
No, sir. The question is being asked while I was at Carver High School. As I said earlier, women's basketball here in the state of Alabama were not as potent or not as prominent as men. So, if I did get any letters or just, hey, who is this young lady right here? I didn't know anything about it because we had half court and the men had half court. You can't run a practice like that. So the answer to it is no.
All right.
Not until I got to Illinois. And Jackie Joyner went to the East St. Louis Lincoln.
Oh, wow. That's
Yeah. Same
Jackie
coach,
Joyner
same
Kersey.
everything.
Wow.
Yes.
All right. Michael Alexander says, "Ernest Riggins, how did he get into your life?"
Through a camp in Middlesboro, Georgia. He had some players, anybody that it was somebody that played basketball or that had a little bit of talent. It was called at that time the BC All-Star Camp. And if you had any talent at all, that's where you would be in Middlesboro, Georgia. And that's where Ernest Riggins first laid eyes on Tina Hutchinson.
Let me ask you this, Tina. So you have a great, record breaking, legendary first season in college, and then you wind up dealing with a couple of injuries. How was that, dealing with the injuries going into your sophomore season? Because you had been you was named the preseason All-American going into that year, but then all the injuries started to pile on. What was your mental like during that time?
Oh my God. Put it like this. When you just want to play basketball, you get hurt. It takes a toll on you mentally as well as physically. You thinking that you're not going to be able to come back. And if you do come back, you're not going to come back as strong or as good as you were. So, excuse me, it really took me down that rabbit's hole, to be honest with you. But now that injury first occurred. Now we're talking about back in the day in the early mid 70s. And they didn't know anything about an ACL tear. Only thing they told my mom, take her home, elevate it, put some ice on there, she'll be fine. But they did not tell my mom that I had a partial tear. No one knew. So that's when that injury first occurred. But then now I started, my leg went down and everything was good, not knowing that I had an ACL tear.
So the school didn't tell your parents that?
No, the school nor the doctor.
Yeah,
because you got to keep in mind, they didn't care anything about the girls' basketball teams back in the, they didn't. It was all about the men.
And I wanted that, since Trip brought that, because I was going to ask you, what were those conversations like? Because you had a procedure done and you were back within like 3 weeks, 4 weeks.
I had a procedure. Yep. You did your homework. Oh my God, I am impressed. I'm totally impressed. Yeah, I had a procedure done. Of course, it worked, but it didn't work because once I started doing a whole lot of cutting, stopping, jumping, what my knee would do, it would shift. I mean, it would just look like, I'm talking about literally come out of the socket. And it was really, really painful. But I still endured that because for the love of the game. And injuries are something that could change you mentally.
Mhm. Seeing now how the game has changed, how injuries are monitored, do you
Oh
feel
yeah,
like there was pressure on you to get back on the court immediately?
absolutely. It just like the NBA, like Halibut
Hmm.
for Indiana. You know
Yeah,
when he
Thomas
first,
Howard. Yeah.
yes, and how when he first got hurt, the fans, the team. It's almost when you get hurt, you feel like you're letting the team down, you're letting the fans down. You know, you feel like you're letting everyone down but yourself. But this is who you letting down. Because if you don't come back from that injury or you don't do your rehab or your rehabilitation like you should do, we got another problem. So that's why I say you really have to be careful with the injuries not coming back too soon.
So, all right. So ultimately, so the injuries start taking effect on you. Uh, what starts to happen with school? Because you had an issue with school, so you didn't finish at San Diego State.
No. So I ended up going, nobody's ever asked me that question, and I'm glad you did. I ended up going, sophomore year, going to summer school, ended up passing getting the necessary credits that I needed for summer school, got back in and everything. And it just seems as though things weren't quite like I wanted them to be as far as my injury
Mm.
was concerned. And I just started getting depressed and feeling some type of way and saying, you know what, I'm done with this. But I really still had the love for the game, but just did not focus. And you know, I'm not blaming it on nobody but myself. Nobody but myself.
Mm.
Because I still should have. You know, the thing of it is, you are a student first and then an athlete.
Yeah.
So I really should have hung in there as far as going to school, still making and not knowing if I was going to still be on scholarship or not. That was another thing. Making San Diego State still pay for the rest of my education. So I don't know if Coach Ernest Riggins would have,
Hmm.
and I didn't even give him the chance to see if he would have. But I know once you get hurt, they put you on injury reserve. Uh, you know, they just don't look at you the same. But like I said, I still should have done the necessary things that I needed to do to get back into school. Well,
Oh, Tina, we lost your sound. We lost your sound.
Hold on, yeah, your sound went out.
Oh, Tina, your sound went out. We can't hear you.
Maybe a call came through or something. Yeah, we can't hear you.
Can't hear you. You gotta give it a sec. Then, so as soon as we start going in, oh man, y'all gotta stop calling Tina for the next hour.
Man, listen.
So go ahead.
While we
'Cause
while we while we get that situated, shout out to the supporters, man. The questions is crazy. Bear with us, guys, because we got a
yeah,
lot of questions. Obviously, we had questions we wanted to ask her as well. So bear with us. We're gonna get to all the questions, man. But we definitely appreciate y'all rocking with us, and there's a lot of great questions in the comment section right now.
that's a fact. That's a fact. Oh, while we waiting for Tina to get back on, let me just remove her from the stage for a second. Okay, I think she's back now. Just really quick, big shout out to Bruce Shushu Carrington. Got another W this past weekend. The belts are starting to come in for the young men. So big shout out to Shushu. Tina,
We
you
don't
good
we don't hear
now?
you right now. Yeah.
Hold on, we can't hear you yet, Tina. All right, let's let her get back situated. Not yet. We can't hear you yet.
Maybe that did the AirPods did they die out? No, I don't know why it's on mute. Then let me see something here.
Because she's good. Yeah, you're good on our end.
Yeah, try talking.
Mm-mm.
Oh no, it says you put yourself on mute.
Oh, you're muted. Yeah, you muted yourself.
Yourself on mute. Check the button down at the bottom.
Oh wait, she knocked us out again. All right, we gonna don't worry, we gonna get Tina back. We know she's going in is starting to be a goodie right now. We got more time with Tina. She'll be back in just a minute. Keep the questions coming
Shout out to
in.
Ron. I see the statement there by Ron.
Yeah. All right. So we definitely going get to these questions. Well, I got y'all. We gonna get to all these questions. All right. Even if we gotta scale back one of our questions because we gotta get the supporters questions in. That's what we'll do. Yes, Roro. We go. We gonna get there. All right, we working. We just waiting on Tina to get back because we definitely got some things that we have to speak about still. So she'll be back with us in a minute. She's just trying to work out the technical difficulties. I think she's back on now. There we go.
Can you hear me now?
Yes.
We go.
Okay.
Back in business.
Take these off. I was going through the speakers through my phone.
Okay. All right. So now we're good. Let me go to another question from one of the supporters. Janetta Johnson says, you picked San Diego State, but what other schools did you narrow it down to? And did San Diego State hiring your high school coach impact you going there?
Okay, I was gonna go to it's funny. I never ever considered USC, but it was University of Tennessee. I visited University of Kansas, of course, San Diego State, La Tech. Let's see, La Tech, and LSU. Those were the 5 allotted visits that we had back then. And so San Diego State was the only one. And they showed us a marvelous time out there, to be honest with you. I really, really enjoyed San Diego State and helping to rebuild that program.
Yeah, because they did pretty bad the season before you all got there.
Trip, I had never ever heard of San Diego State. I'm just gonna be honest with you. I don't even know who the coach was back then.
Well, you shed some light on the school when you got there, so that's the most important thing.
But you know what? But thank you for that. But listen, I didn't even know that they had fired the head coach. I didn't know any of that. So I'm thinking, how did this man, Coach Ernest Riggins, how did this man get the job out there? How did he know? And this is what I was thinking. He was done with the high school level, and he wanted to elevate his skills as well. And he wanted to go to the collegiate level. Okay. So I'm not sure whether he was on the website searching for colleges to see who had fired their head coach, what type of program was there or what have you. I'm not sure because, as I said before, when you have someone that's making decisions for you, I was really young. I was green. Okay. And I didn't know anything about none of that. So that's like I say, even with the Olympics, I don't think that happened because one thing I do know about Ernest Riggins Sr. is that he was a very thorough coach. He was a thorough person and he was a thorough man. And for them to say that he did not get the paperwork didn't get in on time. Now, which one is it? Did he not get the paperwork? Did the paperwork not get in on time? Now you tell me which one it is. And then I read that Cheryl had something to say that that it was mine responsibility. And I'm saying, how was it my? You didn't send me the papers. You sent it to my coach.
Yeah.
So how was it my responsibility? Had I known, yeah, I would have done something about it. But
Yeah.
when you got somebody that would everything that you did was monitored. I mean, he was a heck of a coach, and he was a very strict coach.
Mm-hmm.
So
And you
Looking
say,
back, I
go
wanted to ask,
ahead.
looking back on the recruitment process and being the #1 player in the country, did you prefer to kind of, hey, this is my team and we do it around me, or were you ever interested in joining up with some of the other All-Americans at that time?
I never looked at it being my team. This is our team. I didn't get the rebound, go down, dribble down the court, score 2 points, come back. I didn't do all of that. Everything is built around a team. Yeah, they may have built a team around me. Yes, but that per se wasn't my team. That has always been our team. Tony Wallace, I mean, she ruled the paint.
Yeah.
She was young, she was strong, dominant, 6'3", 6'4". She was about 200 at 200 plus pounds. I'll just say that, But anyway, she ruled the paint. She ruled the paint. But like back again, we were young, okay? And all we wanted to do was play basketball.
Yeah. Now let me, because so you said Coach he felt he was meticulous, right, with paperwork
Very.
and details and things like that. So it just kind of makes it more suspect to say with something as big as the Olympics to come around that he would drop the ball on something like that, because at the end of the day, he looks amazing as well. That one of his players is going to play in the Olympics. So you think he's going to be even more meticulous than normal because of that. We both
Right,
win.
especially going into that would have been his first year at San Diego State.
Yeah,
Absolutely. But when you look at things nowadays, excuse me, and how things are politically motivated,
Mhm.
I can totally see that now. And if San Diego State had a player that was going to outshine your players, and then you're on the committee, you're coaching, come on now. And I'm not trying to be funny because I'm not prejudiced. Trust me, to no end, I'm not prejudiced. I'm a Christian. I love everybody, white, black, purple, green. I don't care. But when you on the West Coast, you got money.
Mhm.
You don't look like me and you. You're able to do some things. And Coach Riggins he was a very meticulous coach, man, and everything. But he was green as well. But he was a very smart man. And he could catch on. He caught on to things really quickly. And for them to say, because they couldn't get the lie together, for them to say that, first of all, it was the paperwork, then the paperwork got in late.
Yeah, then it didn't reach the deadline.
I mean, come on now, which one is it? At least just give me one, tell me the truth.
So okay, because you mentioned earlier that you felt like Linda Sharp had something to do with you not making it on the Olympic team.
Absolutely.
So what role could she have possibly played in stopping you from being on the team?
When things are politically motivated, you can go. Okay, let me give you a prime example. When I made and this is what the talk was, when I made the sports festival team, and the tryouts was in St. Louis. The team was already pre-picked, but we still had to go through this and we had to go through that, because other players had paid their money for tryout, and they probably wanted to see, what this person could do, what that person could do, but the team was already pre-picked. And I feel like the Olympics was the same way. It was already pre-picked, minus Tina Hutchinson.
Okay. And then and you had pretty much came in and shocked the world so much where it was like, hold on, they should be opening up the floodgates right now to bring you on to this team after your freshman year, and what you did.
But let me say this. How can a player 29.9 points a game end up, now you tell me, on the second team as a freshman.
Yeah, and you broke the record for points scored in the season. It sounds like there was some other powers at B in this situation.
And I probably would have gotten more than 898 points.
Mm-hmm.
I broke curfew. Got in the door. What we talking?
Nah, let's talk about it.
Let's talk about it.
You said it was an adjustment getting out to California. The lifestyle was different.
Froze up. Hey, I don't know. We froze up, but I don't know what you said. And I don't know.
I said we started the show when you talked about the lifestyle in California was different. You had to adjust out there.
So I get in. I don't know. A couple minutes late. We running trying to get in. I didn't make the trip. So, and it was a team that he could afford not to have me there, and I'm almost sure that's probably why he made an example out of me, because they ended up winning the game, but it wasn't by that many points, but it was what we call cupcake.
Okay.
Cupcake. And so let's just think, if I was there, let's just say I probably would have put up 30, 35 points. So instead of 898 points, it'd have been 930 some points. Let's keep in mind, we played with the men's ball. We played less games than what they're playing now.
Mm-hmm.
Didn't have the 3-point line. I had to get mine the hard way. And won.
So what you're saying is, if you don't break curfew, Juju does not break your record? What
amen. And the church said amen. You need to say it loud so the people in the back can hear you.
See, listen, there's a lesson to y'all supporters out there. Don't break curfew.
Hey, I'm telling you, but you know what? And then on top of that, not only did I not go to the game, then I had to run. I had to run loud. So I got punished in so many ways. This man was so meticulous. He made me out of an example. The best player on the team. But it was okay, because you can't show favoritism.
Right.
Yeah. And you have to treat all of the players the same. And that's why I say, no, it wasn't my team. No, it was our team. One person doesn't win a game, one person doesn't lose a game. Yeah. Okay. And Penny Tola, she was one of the best point guards that I ever played with. She ended up going to she didn't stay at San Diego State. She ended up going to Long Beach with John Bomasini. Long Beach State. That's what she transferred to. But the thing about it is, I've played with some excellent players. I've been surrounded. God has truly blessed me.
I think that's a great segue to Dion Hoospay's question right here, because he mentioned, talk about playing with Penny Tola, who went on to win 3 titles with the Sparks as the GM.
Yep. And I don't know what she did. I think she did pretty good with Long Beach as well. But now Penny was cocky, and that's what I loved about her. She was a little old thin rail, and she could handle that ball. She could dribble that ball 50 times before you even blink your eye, between her legs. And excellent, So I was surrounded by some good players. I can't just put it all on, and the thing about it is, if you're good, everybody want to showcase their talents. So I get the spotlight off me and put it on some other players. Like we tell our AAU team, everybody wants to play. Everybody can't play. These parents pay their money. You think your kid is better than some of these others, and they actually, let's call it now, and they actually not. But as a coach, you still have to play. If you make the team, you still have to play these kids, because they want to learn too. Yeah, they want to get some publicity too. They want to get their name in the record book.
Yeah, I filmed youth football for like 10 years.
Gotcha.
And it is sometimes you like, there's no way this kid should be on the field playing right now. But then you say, oh, wait, hold on. His dad is the coach or the assistant coach on
What
the
do you
team.
do? But what
So
do you do?
there's nothing you can do unless you're going
It's
to coach
nothing
the
you
team
can
yourself.
do.
Yeah, because
It's nothing you can do.
they're gonna play who they want to play. I've seen it over and over again where it's a kid that's like, this kid should not be starting or even on the team, maybe
Should
period.
be the water boy or the water girl.
Yes.
But the
But
thing
they
about it
start
is,
but they starting on this team
they
because
starting on this team. And why are they
Mhm.
starting on this team? Simply because it's not what you know. I tell anybody, it's not what you know, it's who you know.
Yep.
And
Yep.
see, it's even in today's society right now. It's not what you know. You can know nothing. But if you know that right person, it'll open some doors for you.
hmm
Absolutely.
The
And
right
that's what it's all
connections can
about.
change everything.
Mhm.
Absolutely.
Let me go to Hype Baller Hoops question. He says, Tina, coming into college, was there any female players that maybe inspired you at that point? I know a lot of women didn't look up to NBA players.
Well, Lynette Woodard. Y'all never heard of Lynette Woodard?
Mm-mm.
University. What?
I'm not familiar with her game.
Look, University. Okay, let me give it to you like this. Caitlin Clark broke her record.
Okay.
Oh
She went
wow,
to the
okay.
university. She was at the University of Kansas with Marion Washington.
Okay.
And speaking of Marion Washington, she was the first African American coach when I went to visit the University of Kansas.
Mm.
Keep in mind, I'm young. She said, Tina, whether you come here or not, she said, don't worry about it. She said, Tina Hutchinson is going to be a household name.
Mm.
At that time, I really didn't understand or know what she was talking about
Mhm.
until I got to the collegiate level. Now, keep in mind, now I already knew 1983, I was number one player in the nation, but that still didn't really dawn on me. What does that mean? Me being number one player in the nation. Does it mean that I'm better than this individual, that individual, or just because I scored X amount of points? What does
Mhm.
that mean? To me, it didn't mean anything. It means that people recognize my game,
Yeah.
that I was pretty decent, but I'm sure it was some other athletes out there as well. Now, I don't know what Coach Riggins was putting down, and now, okay, so he submitted my name to that,
Mhm.
to USA Today. So you think he would have, a sidebar, so you think he would have missed the paperwork with the Olympics? Come on. No,
Yeah.
he would not have.
Mhm.
So
I know.
he submitted my name. He submitted my stats to USA Today or whoever was in charge
Mhm.
of that committee at that particular time, 1983.
Yeah, because you, yes, as a coach, you have a vested interest if you have a superstar talent playing for your team. So you want to
Absolutely.
push them out
hmm
because anything that they do for themselves, they're doing for you as well as the
It
coach.
reflects you. It reflects you. But I tell you what, East St. Louis Lincoln, Chicago Marshall, in Illinois as well. I mean, talent everywhere. Alyssa Burrows, she could post up in that paint. And when she spread them wings, I said, fly, eagle, fly. Cause look, her and Tony Wallace, they were battling. They were doing their thing. She's a little younger uh uh than Tony, but she controlled that paint. She could handle that paint. Big girl, wow.
It's crazy you said it because I wanted this on the comment section right here.
Yeah, cause I
Look
think
at
she had,
her.
I was about
Alyssa
to say,
Burrows.
I saw the
yes.
name come up in the comment section.
Well, let me pull up this comment right. Yeah, you got. Oh wait, did I just switch that one, Eric? Hold on,
Yeah,
she has
yeah, you
another
should.
one.
It's all right. It's all right. Yeah, it's from Melissa right there as well.
Okay, so is this the same? All right.
Yes,
Well, okay. So she says,
I call LB.
what advice do you get? I guess do you give these young players coming up?
What I would give these young players coming behind me, her, all of us, right, is to work hard. That's first of all. Listen to what your coaches have to say. Number one is we've been where you guys are trying to go. Okay. The talent that we have, you need to try to extract it, ask questions, stay over. Hey, call us up and say, hey, coach, what you doing? Hey, can you meet me at the gym? Blood, sweat, and tears is what I would give these young players coming up now. You got to put the work in. If you put nothing in, guess what comes out? Nothing.
Yeah.
I can't go to the bank and make a withdrawal if I have not put nothing in that bank. So you have to work hard at what you want to be successful at. If you want to be an excellent point guard, you got to practice on your handles. You got to practice on looking up. You got to practice on being able to handle that ball with your left hand just as well as your right. You got to be able to know who's open. You got to be able to know your personnel. And those are little tidbit things that you have to have basketball sense, court sense. You have to know who's on the floor at this particular time. Who's going to get you 2 points? Who's going to fumble the ball out of bounds if you give it to them and they wide open? You see, these are little things that you can't teach, but you got to have some common sense. You got to have some knowledge of the game. And these girls nowadays, all they want to do is get in the gym and shoot threes. That's not what the game of basketball is all about. It's about working hard. And Alyssa Barrows, she works the heck out of them. If you don't do like she say do, she make them run. You miss a layup, a simple layup, because we just doing little drills, right? And you going in all nonchalant. No, I need you to give me two laps around the gym.
Question: Is this Lisa Burrows that played in the WNBA?
Yes.
Oh, all right. Well, listen, we got some celebrities in the chat. All right,
Yes,
hold on.
Yes, sir. She here. She in the state of Alabama with me.
Okay, all right.
We appreciate you checking in too with us.
Yeah, love it.
Yeah, that's my girl. She tough. She's got a daughter that played at let me get it right, at Minor High School, and we call her Smoke. And trust me, she's a trooper too. She can handle it. But now, of course, when you got your mama coaching you, we have the tendency to want to listen to everyone else and don't want to listen to what you got at home. She played in the WNBA. How could you not get with your mom and say, "Mom, come on"?
You got the cheat code right there. That's it.
Yeah.
Right there, you got it. You got everything you need right there, living under your roof.
Yep.
Yeah, so you heard of Alyssa Barrows?
Yes, the WNBA. Because I saw it in the chat, but until you started saying it, I didn't think it was,
You ain't put two and two together.
Right. I saw the name come up in the chat, and I didn't think about it. And then when you started saying it, I'm like, hold up. And that's when I started scrolling back up, like, I know, yeah.
Oh, absolutely. And then, the thing about that is when we're in the gym and like the other coaches would tell, when we're getting ready to leave and everything, and we talk to the girls, and one of the coaches would say, y'all don't know who y'all got in y'all presence. You got this person here, she went here, you got this person, you got this coach, but they will not utilize because they don't want to work. Yeah. They want to come out, be lackadaisical, making layups. No, they just want to just go through the motions. And you can't do that. So what I really want to do is trying to reach out to people to get some funding, because I don't want these girls, because Alabama Twisters got some talented girls on their, they call it travel ball, but it's AAU.
Yeah.
And, I just don't want to see these girls fall by the wayside simply because their parents couldn't afford this and their parents couldn't afford that. That's why I say, I know my childhood and my upbringing, I was totally blessed. Mm-hmm. And, a lot of these kids nowadays are not. in a couple of years on down the road, I don't want to see them walking the streets out there on drugs because their parents couldn't afford for them to go to college or a pair of tennis shoes or whatever the case may be. I just want to pay it forward. The talent that God gave me, and this is how I talk to my God. I don't know the relationship that you have with him because it's not about a religion. It's about a relationship. I tell him, I said, God, look, you gave me this talent. And before you call me home, I would like to pay this talent that you gave me forward. And that's all I'm trying to do is just pay it forward. Just leave a legacy here. Oh, she taught me this. Oh, Coach Hutch, because they call me Coach Hutch. Coach. So, you have to put in, even with us coaches, we have to be dedicated and put in the work with these kids. Yeah. Because that's what it's all about as well.
Absolutely.
It's just like you guys taking the time to hear my story. Okay, but you say that it's my story. I don't say that it's my story because it's all about them. It's not about me. And at the end of the day, it's about him. Me giving him all the glory. My Lord and Savior, Jesus Christ. Because I could be somewhere strung out on drugs, in jail. Not wearing, as Eric said, I see that polo you got on, see, but there you go. I could have on some old, not that there's nothing wrong, but, I could have on some old regular something. I could have been doing this in an old car, or you understand where I'm going? The Lord has truly blessed me, and I'm grateful. I'm grateful that I'm in a church. I got a pastor, and I'm surrounded by people that love me. And I just want to give love. Let these girls know, hey, you're not out here by yourself.
It's beautiful.
You can always call me. You can always talk to me about anything that's going on. I had one young lady, she said, hey, Coach, she hit me up on Facebook. True story. She said, I'm having problems with my coach at my school. I did something, but now he's not letting me play. He's done downplayed me on Jay. I said, oh, Lord, what should I do? You got to continue to work hard, not for your coach, but for yourself. If you want to continue to play this game, you got to continue just to work hard and to let him know, okay, I messed up, but give me another shot at this. But you still got to work hard to earn that respect back.
There you go. All right, let me go to Imani's question. Shout out to Imani. She's another one. She been hitting me up this whole week, telling me she was doing her homework, getting ready for you to come on to the show. So she says, your freshman year, you came in with the bang, averaging 29.9 points a game and 6 steals. Did you win Conference Player of the Year that season?
I don't think so, because everything, like I said, politically motivated. And so, my freshman year, I had a hell of a year. I gave them the business. Like I say, I'm not doing this. I keep telling y'all I ain't patting myself on the back.
Listen, 30, 10, and 6 steals. It's like...
But the woman said I didn't play no defense. And then I had 2.5, 3.5 blocks.
That's what a hater would say, though. That is what a hater would say. I hate it when you didn't play no defense.
But hey, you know the rule of thumb is, baby, if they ain't hating on you, you ain't winning.
Exactly. There you go. So you doing something winning. Right.
Okay. Yeah. So, but that didn't, Trip, I was, like I said, I was young. All I wanted to do was put it up. Yeah. All I wanted to do was display, and I had a great surrounding, backing me up. If I came out the game, it was still, my people on my team could score as well.
Yeah, you had a deep roster at that time.
Absolutely. But these girls nowadays, they just don't want to put the work in. That Alyssa and myself, Cheryl, the McGee sisters, Cynthia Cooper, Tony Wallace, Demetrius Jones, all of us put in. We worked hard.
Let me ask you this: it's a 2-part question. One, are you watching the WNBA currently? And if you are watching currently, who do you enjoy watching the most?
Well, you know what? Let me tell you this first. When I saw that these girls were so lackadaisical, and that we talking about some years back here, I stopped watching. I just stopped watching it altogether. Then I got the love back, the passion, because I've always been passionate about basketball. And I got the love back for the game once I started helping out with the Alabama Twisters. And I started going to a couple of the WNBA games. I'm in the process of trying to go to see Big Girl. She's playing it. She's playing with the Atlanta Dreams. Just came from Russia.
Oh, you said came from where?
She was in Russia with all that trouble.
You talking about Brittany Griner?
Oh, Brittany Griner.
Griner, yeah. BG, yeah. So she's here in Atlanta. And so I have caught a couple of the Atlanta Dreams games, but I'm slowly but surely getting back into the game. Now I watch Caitlin Clark, Asia Wilson, all these girls. Can I be honest with you about something?
Absolutely.
Let me be honest with you. For everybody to hear this, I told this to my pastor. I was laying in bed, and God said, "Why are you hating on Caitlin Clark?" I wasn't really hating on her, but she's getting so much publicity. First of all, you don't even know this young lady. That's first of all. So why are you disliking her? She hasn't done anything to you. Gave me a revelation, an epiphany. So once I started seeing things out of a different lens, as so to speak, things are starting to happen for me, if that make any sense. While I'm not hating, but disliking this girl, she is great for the game of basketball. Women's basketball have come a long ways, and the salaries have come a long ways since she have been an addition to the WNBA. I'm just telling you the truth. I'm telling you what God showed me and told me. She has been a great addition. Now, you got some other African-American players that's just as good as she is, but they did not get the recognition that Caitlin Clark was, and still getting. Okay? So now, with that being said, stop hating on her. And because she's got game, yes. But just because a lot of the African-American women have not got the recognition that they needed, it's coming. Yeah. It's coming. She's got all kind of Nike or whoever reps her. She's money everywhere. Gatorade, every which way. But now I think some African-American women could have got some of them too, Yeah. So she is good for the game. And we needed somebody like her to come along to fill those empty seats. Yeah. Just being honest. But I wasn't looking at that out of these lenses. It was out of a selfish, you could say, lens. And once he showed me that, I said, Lord, you are absolutely right. So you got to start somewhere with filling those empty seats in those arenas. And that's what she's doing. She's good for the game.
Hold on, before you follow, because I want to get to this question from Michael Alexander, because I feel like you answered the first part of this, and I was going to post this, but he ended off by saying, what do you think she needs to work on in regards to Caitlin Clark?
What does she bring to she's a we already know that she's a pure shooter. First of all, stop whining. Here go another LeBron thing. You think you don't. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Okay, but stop whining. Don't act like you don't foul nobody. People are fouling you. We know this, but just play the game. My coach used to always tell me, and this is what I tell the girls now. Hey, You just keep putting that ball in that hole. You let me on the sideline deal with the refs.
Mm-hmm.
You do your job, because I'm going to do mine. And Caitlin Clark, what she bring, the TV ratings have gone up. People in the stands, you got more butts sitting in those seats. And, they're not paying little bitty money. They paying some big money
Yeah.
to see this young lady play. Okay? Coming from where did she come from? Iowa?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay, so, she had already got, the recognition there, and everything that was going on with them and South Carolina.
Yeah.
Okay, but so now she's good for the game. Now, if you had asked me this a year or so ago, I'd have thrown every negative thing out there about Caitlin Clark, and I would have been absolutely wrong for that. Because when you're looking out of a different lens about somebody, about an athlete, you have to change your whole perspective. And she's a good player. She's, like I said, she's an excellent shooter. She can work on, she can get the ball to the open player, but she can get in there and get some rebounds. Sometimes, she can be an all around great player. But sometimes we don't want to get hurt. Sometimes, but when we get that ball now, we finna go 100 miles an hour. But we ain't got that ball. We done kicked it down to low gear. But I'm not taking anything away from that young lady.
Can I ask you this? Because Eric and I, we spoke about this last week. The SB Awards were last week, and they gave Caitlin Clark the award for best WNBA player. Did you feel like she should have gotten the award, or should that have gone to maybe Asia Wilson, Breonna Stewart, somebody?
Yes. It had nothing to do with her being white. I just think it is some better athletes than Caitlin Clark. But like I said, Caitlin Clark's name is out there. And we can't, it's sort of kind of like the judge will tell the jury, hey, disregard that. How can I disregard something when it's already been said? Yep. Her name is already out there, Caitlin Clark, So we can't say that she's not this and she's not that, because she's all of that and a bag of chips.
Yeah.
So they say. But now, let me say this. Could she have played in my era? Could she have played Alyssa Barrow's era? I don't think so. I don't think that she would be as dominant as she is now. And not saying that the level of talent is down, but we were more passionate and played with more heart. And we understood the game more, is what I think.
Okay. You on mute, Eric?
Oh, I'm my fault. I was saying I laughed a minute ago because when you were answering the question about what she could do better, Alyssa actually comments said defense. She could be better on defense.
All right, let me go to D-Nell's question. D-Nell Jackson says, so in January of 1984, you all play USC. They are the champs at this point. Tina, you have 41 points and 5 steals, even though you don't play defense. And Cheryl Miller had 36 points, 17 rebounds. Talk about that game and the matchup. It seemed like a shootout.
It was like we both had shotguns. So that's why you know what? Look, Eric, I'm not taking anything away from Cheryl. I'm not taking anything away from her. Promise you I'm not. But it's just like, when we played against each other, everybody in the state of California wanted to see the matchup. The Tina Hutchinson and Cheryl Miller. And we gave them what they paid to see. We gave them a show.
But Cheryl wasn't guarding you because
no.
Yeah. So is this Cynthia Cooper that's guarding you?
Probably no. It was one of the McGee sisters.
Okay.
Pam and Paula were there.
Yeah.
And Cynthia Cooper, she was 2 or 3, I think. That's what she played. She played guard, probably guard and small forward.
Okay.
But yeah, the McGee. Let me turn this light on so you can see. Can you see me?
Yeah, because you got a little dark.
The light.
Go ahead.
Again, shout out to the supporters. The comment section is going crazy. We're gonna try to get to all these joints because I know Trip, they're gonna be mad if we forget one.
Like, there you go. They're definitely gonna be mad. Let me put this up because shout out to Kelvin Ward. He says she's always on fleek. I just love her. What happened? Did we lose audio again? Oh, we can't. We lost your audio. We can't hear you, Tina. All right, we're gonna hold on.
We're gonna get it back in there, guys.
Yeah, we're gonna get it back in, and we're gonna get to these questions.
It might have froze on her again. Remember earlier, it froze up with the connection.
Oh yeah. All right, so just give Tina a second to get back.
Okay, here we go. Here we go.
Got it.
Yeah, it was doing. I don't know what it was doing. It was just when I got up to say, "Let me turn the light on," and you just went the okay.
They don't want you to be great, man. They don't want you to be great.
They don't want to hear the story.
Exactly. It's all good. I was saying, shout out to Kelvin Ward. He said that you always on fleek, and he just loves you.
That's what families say.
No, they're gonna start saying you from New York, man. Like you got that New York fly. So, all right,
my story is way deeper than this, and I'm enjoying this. I'm talking about thoroughly enjoying this more than I'm showing. And put it to you like that.
Well, this is the first time you on Real Fans Real Talk, but it's not gonna be the last.
I hope not, because it goes deeper.
No. We gotta make this a regular thing because I think the energy's been too great right here.
Yeah, it's good. But when y'all came on and y'all was laughing, I was like, "Oh, this gonna be good." When I saw the smile on Eric, when I saw the smile on your face and Trip, this gonna be good. Well, I've been looking forward to this, and everybody been, hey, when you gonna be on? When you gonna this and when you gonna that?
Yes. No, we've been waiting for this all week because and big shout out to Hoop Baller Scoop because he's the one that actually reached out to you.
Yeah, made it happen.
Yep, for us. So big shout out to Hoop Baller Scoop. But yeah, once we saw and started doing a little bit of reading, like we just got really hyped to have you on the program because especially I would say probably like the last 4 or 5 years, we've really gotten more into covering women's basketball. So to see, and because like we're both big fans of Juju, and obviously her breaking the record, and to know like, all right, so now we have the person on the show who actually set those records that Juju winds up breaking 4 decades later. We can't do nothing but be appreciative to you for taking the time to sit with us.
Oh, absolutely. And I don't know. I have tried to reach out to social media, to Juju to congratulate her, and to no avail. And I will tell you this: when she went down, I already knew it was her ACL. Because that was my signature injury.
Right, the irony in her sophomore year.
It most definitely was, and then when she got up and she couldn't put any pressure on it, it just solidified everything. But from what I understand, she's working hard. She's back at it, and she should be back this year.
We're gonna have to work on. We got to get y'all two together because we need that Kareem LeBron moment when Kareem handed LeBron the basketball after he broke the all-time scoring record. We need that more. We got to
see what happened, Miss Tina. You talked about LeBron 2 times, and now Trip want to start talking about LeBron. We was doing good all episode. We wasn't really talking about LeBron. Now he want to find a way to get LeBron in the conversation now.
I'm just saying we need that. We need that for the sports world.
And that's cool in the game. But look, let me just get you guys' opinion on this. When Caitlin Clark broke Lynette Woodard's record, okay, she was right there. Lynette Woodard was sitting right there in those stands. When it just goes to show you the USC thing, San Diego State, Tina Hutchinson and Cheryl Miller, that foolishness is still going on.
They still holding on to that.
They still, yeah. I'm not.
Right.
I'm not. I've moved on. And for some reason, I'm sitting at home watching it downstairs in my basement, my woman cave. Yeah. That's where I'm watching this game at. And I'm saying, okay, so now when she was 8 points away from breaking my record, which y'all knew that she was going to break the record that night at that game. I'm trying to figure out why I wasn't sitting there.
Yeah.
Now that's
Yeah.
crazy.
Yeah, and the thing that makes it worse is we're talking about one of the the longest standing records in college sports. So it's like you have to have
Acknowledge.
you have to pay homage and have the person that opened the door and started this. You have to have to pass that torch because I think this is part of the reason that it would help, with women's sports thriving more, because you got to show these legends off and the things that they accomplished. Juju didn't just wake up and it was like, all right, we here. No, she had to go past a record that had been standing for a long time in order to get the accolades that she's gotten. So
Absolutely.
we got to honor our legends of the past as well.
But you're absolutely right. But now I'm going to tell you my feelings. Even all the hard work that I put into this game, how much I love this game. I really actually thought that people had, I'm just being honest with you, being real. This real fans, real talk, right?
Yes,
All
it is.
right. And I really thought that people had forgotten about Tina Hutchinson. And that's one of the reasons why I want to sit with her, even if it's just a podcast, just to say, hey, thank you for bringing a name back up from the past. Because now I was on, but they didn't, all they did was show my picture on ESPN when Juju was about to break my record. That's as far as the recognition that I got. And I didn't even know that. I was up Sunday morning getting ready for church and my phone was blowing up. Hey fam, hey fam, hey fam. I mean, it was just, and I'm like, whoa, what's going on? Who done died? And they was like, hey, turn it on ESPN. Hey, they just did a segment on you, but it was very short. And they did, the segment was more on Juju than it was on me for holding a record for 41 odd years. Juju wasn't even thought about.
Yeah.
I got clothes older than Juju. Come on. But
That's why I said we need
to,
that moment. We need that moment. Like that's something that still needs to happen. The two of you sitting down together, just having a conversation about, the difference in the game from when you set the record to what's going on now. And the fact that you're sitting here wanting to embrace her
absolutely
for breaking that record is like, we need to see that. Like that's
absolutely.
a great sports story.
Absolutely. I would love to shake her hands and, hey, look, let's go drink a Coke. Let's go talk about this. Let's sit down. Hey, let me give you some pointers if I can, which I mean, it's nothing that I could tell her, that she probably don't already know, but just, small talk, from one person to another, one female athlete to another, because that's what it's all about. I paved the way. Not me. I was one of the pioneers that helped to pave the way for where women's basketball is today. Yeah. And you have to recognize and realize this. You have to, no matter how you feel about me, my game spoke for itself.
Yeah.
Shout out to Crystal McGee Lee. I'll put that comment up there.
Man, that's my homegirl.
Yeah.
Look, that's my homegirl.
She said haters hate politics. Tina's always been a class act. Mad love, family.
Look, that's my homegirl in Sacktown, in Sacramento, Sacktown. Shout out. Riri, happy belated birthday, sister.
They turned out for you tonight.
Oh yeah, I went to Facebook and I said, hey, one thing about me is, and I appreciate that. One thing about me is I give people their flowers while they're here, while they can smell them, because ain't no use in you coming when I'm laying prostrate, right? Telling me you love me, because I ain't hearing none of that. Because you could have told me now, why I can't hear, where I can respect. And I always get on Facebook and let them know, hey, I appreciate the following. I appreciate all the things that you guys, the mad love that you have shown me and still showing me. I appreciate it because without your fans, without people telling you, man, you was this, you was the GOAT, you was the, you know, I didn't know they looked at me like that as being no GOAT. Ah.
Listen, we giving you your flowers right here on Real Fans, Real Talk.
I appreciate it. Shout out to you guys. That's for sure.
It's definitely well earned and well deserved. Because you know what you accomplished, you know, that year. I don't know why, you know, you're not more, you know, spoken about more. But we definitely gonna do our part because you gotta pay homage to the people that came before us and really set the tone. And you know, records are meant to be broken, as they say,
Right.
you know, but we still gotta acknowledge who planted the seeds.
Right. You got to recognize those that place the foundation.
Absolutely.
Without your hard work, the women game never gets to where it's at right now.
And that's what it's all about. And I'm really surprised. Nike hadn't reached out, Adidas hadn't reached out, none of the sports drinks hadn't reached out. I'm really actually, when the record was in the midst of being broken, you know, I'm just surprised that, you know, no one has reached out to say, hey, look, we finna show you some love, you know. And I mean, I get it is what it is, because the main people look like they have forgotten, or maybe they're no longer here with us. I don't know, you know, because it is a different era.
I could see a Gatorade commercial where they started off in black and white, and it's you drinking the Gatorade, and then you hand it through and it turned the color, and it's Juju drinking the Gatorade. I can see the commercial right now.
Trip, Trip. You supposed to say that off air. Don't put that idea on air, and then somebody can steal the idea. We're supposed to talk about that.
Let me tell you something. Get out of my head. Do you know how many times I have laid in my bed and saw me handing her Powerade or Gatorade? Do you know? I'm serious.
We need it. We need that. We need it.
This is great. Get out of my head, man. Get out of it.
When you watch her game, what do you see? Do you see similarities in your game? What do you see about her game that you like?
She shoots. She's got an excellent jump shot. She moves without the ball. And see, a lot of people don't recognize and realize that. You can't stand still. You got to move without that ball. Yeah, you're going to get tired because you're moving. You're going here, you're going there. Yeah, I would love to stand in one spot, let somebody pass me the ball and shoot, bam. Okay, it's over with. But no, you got to be able to move without the basketball. And that's one of the keys to being one of the great players, is moving without the ball.
Yeah.
I bet you hadn't heard that in a while.
No, that's a fact, though.
You kind of feel like Juju is gonna have a bigger impact ultimately when she gets to the league than Caitlin, Angel, and Paige. I think she's that type of talent where she's really gonna be the next up in the WNBA.
When Juju gets to the league, she gonna show y'all some stuff. Y'all think Caitlin Clark then showed y'all. When Juju get there, I mean, she's gonna sell out arenas. You hear me?
Yep.
And they gonna come specifically just to see her play.
Because I'm trying to get to a Liberty game when they play whoever team she get drafted by.
Well, see, you know what? This is what I don't like about the draft. The best players get to go to the crappy teams.
Yeah.
Yes.
I mean, make it make sense now.
Unless you're the Spurs. So the Spurs seem to luck up every generation.
What is that? WNBA gonna have to start rigging it, the lottery, the way NBA does. Like, you see how Dallas just got the #1 pick after they lose Luka, you know.
How did that happen?
Hey, it's the script. The NBA, they said they got the script right for the season.
Right.
Look, politics. Politics.
Yeah.
You know, and that's what, you know, and I understand it's all about this.
Yeah.
Who's going to fill the stands? Who's going to bring the money? and she's definitely gonna bring the money.
Yeah.
You know, because like, okay, with BG being right next door in Atlanta,
Mm-hmm.
I'm trying to get to Atlanta to see her play.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yeah. There's so many players that I haven't gotten to see yet going to Liberty games that I be trying to catch. So I definitely gotta once Juju goes, I'm definitely trying to go to see that game happen because
Well,
she's
wherever she
amazing.
goes, you know what? Trip, wherever she goes, I put my money on this and go to the bank and cash. She's gonna be an impact player. I
Yes.
mean, it's no doubt, you know, because she's showing her talent right now, you know, to the world.
Yes.
So whatever team, you know, and she's got the talent to be able to bring a team that's on the bottom and bring them up.
Mm-hmm.
You know, because she's gonna be surrounded by some decent players. You know that she probably even may make them better.
Yeah.
You know, think about it. Because people are right now how it's going. Everybody is fighting for a position.
Mm-hmm.
So she goes to whatever team. So now this player that was already there has got to step up their game. They got to
Mm-hmm.
work
Yeah.
out more. They got to practice more. They got to eat right. They got to watch film. You know, they got to start doing things that they probably was not doing because they took for granted that they was going to still be starting or 6, 7 man coming off the bench.
Yeah.
And see, impact players have that tendency of making people around them better,
Elevating their game.
Mm-hmm.
elevating their game. That's
Yeah.
what it's all about, making players around you better because you already know what you can do. Hey,
Yeah.
I need some help. Step up. See, Nick Saban, I love Nick Saban simply because he wasn't a good coach. Nick Saban is a great coach. You know why? Because he was able to pull out of you. He saw something. If he recruited you, he saw something in you,
Yeah.
and he was able to pull that out of you. And
Now
that's why I love
you're not just saying that because you're from Bama now.
Roll Tide, roll, baby. Rolling with the
No,
tide, baby.
'cause Eric, no, that's my team.
That's
Oh
why
my goodness.
you saw Trip started to light up the ball when you started talking about Nick Saban. He lit up.
Yeah.
I
That's
said,
my
Hey,
guy.
look, I saw that smile.
that would be a biased
Yep.
opinion with it, right?
No, I'm coming down this year because we actually we went to Alabama. I want to say maybe like 6, 7, 8 years ago now, but we went
Really?
down to interview Deontay Wilder
Deontay.
Yeah, the
and
boxer.
Butterbean. Yep,
In Tuscaloosa.
Mhm.
Deontay.
yeah. So, but I'm gonna go back this year because a friend of mine just moved to Alabama and she works at the school. So I told her I need some tickets to go to one of the games. So I'm gonna come down and check out the team play
Coming
this
to
season. It's gonna be my
T-Town,
first.
baby. Let me know.
No, now listen. I got family in Alabama now. I'm definitely gonna be calling you. When I get
Absolutely.
down there.
Absolutely. I
I will
cannot wait.
definitely. Matter of fact, and I'm gonna have my camera, so when I do come down, we're gonna get some footage while I'm out there too.
Okay.
All
That's a
right.
good deal. That's a good deal.
Let me start running through these questions because they're gonna start getting at me talking about I didn't get to all the questions. So I'm gonna start running through these because we got about 20 minutes before we gotta shut down the live. But again,
Okay.
don't worry, this is the first time, but it will not be the last time that we have Tina on Real Fans Real Talk. She's gonna be our regular special alumni guest from now on. We're gonna have her
Absolutely.
anytime we need some basketball knowledge. We're gonna be calling you up. Come on.
Do it. Let's do it.
All right, so let me go. I know we spoke about this a little bit earlier, but Scoop Hoop says so. Tina in 1984 U.S. Olympic team coached by Pat Summitt in L.A. Break that whole situation down and why you think you were not selected for the team.
Well, as I said earlier, I think it was all about politics. And I think that as far as Cheryl and myself, they didn't want both of us on the same team. And that's pretty much sums it up in a nutshell. Everything is motivated, politically motivated. And like I said, Pat Head, I had been knowing her 10th grade because she started recruiting me in the 10th grade, my sophomore year when I was at Lincoln High School. So, you know, I'm definitely saying it didn't have anything to do with her.
Yeah.
You know, and so like I say, I think everything was politically motivated. And yes, I think I should have been there, but you know, I can't cry over spilt milk, you know.
Don't tell nobody the secret, but they ain't want you showing nobody up on the team. So that's
That's
I,
it.
I but you didn't hear it from me though. You didn't hear that from me.
No. Wait a minute. You ain't saying that. I ain't already know.
There you go. There
You
you
know,
go.
come on now. And one thing about me, I know my talent. And I know I gave them the business.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I gave them the business. So, you know, when you have that kind of talent like I have, I'm not going to even say had, past tense, because it's still up here.
So you still got the jump shot. They said the jump shot's the last to go.
I was about to
Still
say,
got that jumper,
that's it.
baby.
Yeah, just get to the spot. Get to the spot.
Get to the spot. Like, hey, be like Set Shot Buford.
Crystal McGee says the GOAT SDSU. Shout out to Crystal. And she says
played at San Diego. That's my homegirl. She played at San Diego State. Sacktown.
She says one of the greatest of all time. I applaud you, gentlemen, for seeing one of the gems in the women's game. Bravo. Appreciate you on that.
Yeah, thank you for locking in with us too, Chris. We appreciate it. The comments been great tonight.
Here's a good one too from Kelvin Ward. He says, any future plans of coaching up some of the younger ladies and maybe even coaching on any level? I guess they want to see you in the WNBA coaching.
Well, you know, the thing about that is coaching at the collegiate level is something different. And then you're talking about going to the professional level, trying to coach. You know, it's hard trying to coach players that already think that they know everything. You know, that was one of the reasons why Nick Saban left out of the NFL. You know, because how can you tell, like, and Deion Sanders said the same thing. How can you tell these grown men, that's why he don't want to go coach at the NFL level. How can you tell these grown men what to do? They already know what to do. They getting paid to do it, so do your job. So no, if I wanted to coach or started coaching, it would probably be at the high school level. That's why I would want to start, you know, to be able to head these kids off, give them the talent, give them the knowledge that they need for the collegiate level to get them ready. Now that's what I would really want to do.
You talked about it earlier. How has the AAU game changed how you would handle the high school level and the coaching there? Because a lot of kids ain't really learning much at the AAU level. They just on these travel teams going around and they living off talent and athleticism.
You know what I really think is with this travel ball, because see, I don't really know a whole lot about it because I never got a chance to play. Not saying that I was too good or anything, but I never played, they call it here travel ball, AAU travel ball. But all the kids want to do is get the ball and shoot. And I keep telling them it's more to that than just doing that. You know, you have no knowledge of the game. I want to tell them so bad, you're really not as good as you think that you are. First of all, because you don't want to pay attention. Second of all, you're lazy. Third of all, you just want to go out there and just shoot and run back down, you know, lackadaisical. No, you know what? Basketball is not all about that. I told my niece, I said, I wish you didn't play travel ball because I wanted her to work on her game, this summer. Because that's how you get better, the off season.
Yeah.
You know, is when you get better. Because every year I worked on my game, worked on my jump shot, worked on my dribbling, worked on my passing, worked on moving my feet playing defense.
Yeah.
And
there's a lot more players in the league that have long careers that aren't the greatest of shooters, but they do other things so well. They like say a guy like Patrick Beverly, who in high school was averaging like 37 a game, but comes into the league and turns into a defensive powerhouse, and he's had a hell of a career. Right. You know what I'm saying? Because he was able to change things and do other things.
See, but that's how you have to be. You have to be versatile because you never know when you're going to be called upon to do something different.
Yeah.
That's why when people ask me, and I get asked that question so much, what position did you play? I played all 5 of them. If it was 6, it would be 6.
I ain't gonna say who else played 5 positions. Wait,
there you go. I ain't gonna
say his name. I'm gonna go to Todd Jefferson's comment. We're gonna move on. All right, Tina, let me name some players that were left off the '84 team. Joyce Walker, Lisa Ingram, Latanya Pollard,
Yep.
Medina Dixon, All
Yep.
Dog. Janice, who made the team, said it was about 4 girls she never even heard of.
I mean, but you see what I'm saying? Isn't that crazy?
Yeah.
That is crazy. But now I know that it's only 12 players with what, two alternates,
Mhm.
two alternates, and I know like I told you, it was some good girls back in my era, and
Yeah.
before me, it was some good girls.
But none of them were
Now
just coming off of setting the record for points in the rookie season and averaging 30, 10, and 6 a game.
I mean, come on now, make it make sense. Trip, make it make sense. If it,
I cannot make sense of something that does not make sense. I'm
you
sorry.
cannot do it, and if you already got your mind saying that, okay, this player, that player, Latanya Pollard, she was hell to tail the captain.
Mm,
Lisa Ingram, I mean, awesome. All these that he just named.
yeah,
These
great.
girls,
So,
these girls was balling all out of control. But when you got the committee like Linda Sharp, I mean, I don't know.
yeah.
Like she
Well,
said, 4 girls she never heard of.
that's what makes it worse. When somebody on the team is saying, "I never even heard of these girls."
I ain't heard it. Wait a minute, where she come from?
Yeah,
But you see what I'm saying? I don't know. It's crazy. Politics
they
is crazy.
she filled out the paperwork on time.
No, she didn't feel it. Yo, yeah, she got
That's
hers in
what.
on time.
Yeah,
That's what
yeah,
it
yeah,
was.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah, she got
It
her
was no
paperwork in.
it was no clerical errors.
No,
Paperwork errors.
no, and the mail wasn't messed up.
Yeah,
Yeah, exactly. All right, let me
Yeah,
go.
that's crazy.
that's what happened. Your mail went out Saturday evening. That's what happened.
Yeah.
Yeah, apparently, that's what happened.
Shout out
What?
to Baller Scoop. Oh, you know what? For everybody that's on the live right now, make sure y'all like, comment, and subscribe on that YouTube channel, also on the Facebook channel as well, so that you guys can stay in the loop with Real Fans Real Talk. We got a couple more guests coming up before the summer is out, so make sure y'all stay locked in. Following us on all our social media: Instagram, Twitter at Real Fan Talk, Facebook.com/Real Fans Real Talk, and of course subscribe to that YouTube channel. All right, For the Fans Productions. Let me just throw that up on the screen really quick. Then I'm gonna come right back to that comment. But yeah, YouTube.com/For the Fans Productions. Make sure y'all like, comment, and subscribe. And let me get back to this question now, because I know they already hit me in the comments about getting to all of the questions. All right.
Eric, you
So
funny. You just smiling.
We having a good time. We enjoying
Oh,
it tonight.
awesome. I mean,
Yeah.
I'm enjoying this.
All right. So in 1985, you blow out your knee. Talk about how it happened, and looking back, did you come back too soon? Were you the same player?
Well, we already talked about that. Once I blew that knee out, I didn't think that I would be the same player. I didn't. And then it's scary, when you have an injury, and to think that you're not going to be the same powerhouse player that you once was.
Mhm.
That's it puts a mental, it's a mental thing more so than a physical thing. You know, am I gonna hurt this thing again? Am I gonna hurt the other knee? Am I gonna be the same player as I once was before I
Yeah.
got injured? It's mental. And so you're dealing with not only that, then now, you got to have somebody help you go to your classes, help you do this, help you do that. And it's just that, I don't know, all of that, all of those things were compiling against me, I felt like, and it was nobody but the devil.
Yeah. And back then, you guys didn't have anywhere near the type of medical advances
We did
that
not.
we had now, which I'm sure would have given you a little bit more confidence recovering from that injury, if you knew we had the medical advances that we have in this day and age.
The advancement that we have now. Okay, if what we know now, if I had known it back then, if I could have got the support, with people helping me with homework, getting the assignments that I need. You know, they have all of that right now. They even have tutors that will come to where you are to help you with your studies. You know, because the school will pay for that.
Mm-hmm.
But back then it was just really, but then I'm not putting that on them. It was me.
Yeah.
It was all me. But when you don't have access to this and access to that, you're living off campus, you know, this person got to stop doing what they doing to help you out. You know, I tell you, it's really hard, you know, and trying to put something that you've done to yourself and put it on somebody else.
Yeah. All right, let me go to Pooh. Pooh want to know about the party life. Pooh is
We on
one of our
mute.
supporters. Am I on mute right now? Can you hear me? Can you hear me, Tina? Can you hear me? Tina, can you hear me? You can't hear me?
The audio went out.
Yeah, we still good on the audio, but Tina can't hear. You can't hear us at all? Oh, well, now your audio went out. You might have to restart it again.
Can you
Come
hear me
back
now?
in. Yeah, there we go. Got you.
Yeah, but I can't hear you.
Oh, you still can't hear me?
No.
Can you hear Eric?
Can you hear me?
But the answer, you can hear me?
Yeah.
But the answer to the question is yes, I fell into that party life. We talking about California, baby.
Cali at 18?
Yeah, and I've been to LA, boy. So I'm like party.
Wait a minute, wait a minute. This phone keep doing that.
LA is my third home.
Wait.
We're gonna get Tina back in a second.
We're gonna have to do better than this next time.
Well, next time it's gonna have to be soon.
It's gonna be in person.
We got about 5 minutes left, and we got a lot of questions. So next time we might need to get.
Wait a minute, because I want to hear what Pooh got to say.
Pooh wants. She just want to know: did you ever get off track and falling into the party life?
Is it your phone? Is it your phone or mine?
Can you hear me?
No, we on the laptop. Yeah, it might be the connection on your end.
Yeah, because we can hear you.
For everybody in the comment section, while we get that sorted out too, some of the questions did get answered earlier. So don't take it personal. Don't think that we're not posting them just cause. Some of them actually did get answered earlier in the show. So as opposed to having her repeat herself, you might have to go back and check out the beginning of the episode if you missed the beginning of the episode.
Yeah, and listen, we got about 5 minutes left. I'm gonna try to get to as many of these questions as possible when Tina logs back in. But what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna see if she can come back next week, because there are a lot of questions, and I apologize, guys, because I'm trying to get through to all of these, but there's a lot of questions.
Okay, back up.
Okay, Tina, I was saying, if you're not busy next Monday, would you be able to come back on? Because there's a lot of questions here, and we got about 5 minutes left before we got to wrap up the live.
Absolutely, man. I done fell in love. Yeah, look.
We back.
I'm in love.
See, I'm definitely going to Alabama now. I definitely got to get.
So listen to the supporters. Y'all heard that we locked in again for next Monday. So any questions that we didn't get to tonight, we'll get to them next week.
Oh, absolutely. And what we'll do is, I know what we need to do as far as getting started on time, because I think that was one of the little setbacks. You know, we're kind of like anywhere from 5 to 8 minutes getting started, and I can't stand tardiness. But what we'll do is we'll do that, and at the same place, same bad channel.
Okay, so listen, this is what I'm gonna do, guys. I'm gonna take one more question from the supporters, and I'm gonna hold off on the rest until next week, and we'll get to these next week.
Get Janetta's up there because she had one from her dad.
Okay, hang on.
That was a good one. We'll end on that one. I believe that was Janetta that had the one from her dad up there.
Let me. Okay, wait, hold on. Let me go back. So, okay, is this? Okay, here we go. Shout out to Janetta Johnson. She says, Tina, my pops wants me to ask you, why can't you and Cheryl get in a room or have lunch and talk about the good times? Cheryl seems more out and doing interviews. He said would bet his life that y'all will be laughing and cool. What do you think about that? And let me just, before you answer that, let me add one more part to that question, because I think if that does happen, it needs to go down on Real Fans Real Talk, because we
That
got to
would be
bridge the
amazing.
gap. But I'm just gonna put that out there. But go ahead, team.
I would love to get together. First of all, give Cheryl a hug
Mm,
and send my condolences on her losing her mom and her dad. That's first of all. Then we finna sit down and we finna do this thing. We finna sit down face to face, and if she got any problem with me, she gonna tell me. If I got any problem with her, I'm gonna tell her, which I don't, which I do not. I love Cheryl, but
mhm.
if you got the media, your coach, everybody around you putting things in your ear, of course it's gonna create animosity
Yeah.
because both of our talents was excellent. And what Alyssa Burrows laughing at? She laughing at.
Oh, she been chuckling all night in the
Yeah.
comment section. She having a great time too. We need to get her on the show too.
Yeah.
Hey, she did.
Alyssa, let us know when you available. We need to get you on the live
Hey,
too.
yes, right up the road from me. 5 minutes. Actually, me and her go to Alabama games together.
I'm gonna
Her
have to.
coach,
We're gonna
her
have to all
old
go three
coach
go
is the
now.
coach
The
at
three of us is
Alabama
going.
women's.
Well,
Yeah.
the three of us gonna have to go together when I come down, if they got a game going.
Hey, hey, you know what? You laughing, Trip, and she fun as heck too.
Good. Well,
She fun. She
we
real
got to get
funny.
up here too. We're gonna have to work that out, Alyssa, to get you up here with us so we can sit and chop it up with you as well.
Absolutely. We definitely got to make that happen.
Absolutely, absolutely. But getting back to the Cheryl Miller thing, you know what? Life is too short. I tell people that. And why would I carry around a 40 some odd year? No, I'm not finna carry around no animosity. That was when we was back in college.
Mm-hmm.
We were competitive. We gave the people what they wanted, what they came to see. And that was Tina Hutchinson and Cheryl Miller. We gave them a game. We
Mm-hmm.
gave them their money's worth. So, when we off the court, hey, look, you want to go drink a beer? Hey, let's go drink a beer. Let's sit down and eat some chicken wing. Because black folk love chicken wing. Can't go
That's
wrong
true.
with chicken
That is
wing.
true. That is true.
That's the ultimate peace offering right there.
Yeah.
Hey,
She not
chicken
lying.
wings. Hey, let
She
me
ain't
buy you this
lying.
chicken wing plate. And don't forget the okra.
Get some lemon peppers up in there or something.
Look, oh,
We're gonna have
you a
wings
lemon pepper
tonight.
man. Trip,
That's a
you
fact.
are. And
Listen,
Eric, you just you.
Tina, give us
Listen,
a final thought. Because we gotta shut. Unfortunately, we gotta get ready to shut the live down. Give us a
Okay.
final thought. But again, guys, we are going to be back next week with Tina, so don't worry.
Look, I appreciate everything that you guys reaching out to me and all of that. But in order to be successful in life, you got to work hard. If you put nothing in, you get nothing out. And it's just that simple. And if anyone needs to get in contact with me, need my help for anything, I am available. All you got to do is reach out to me on Facebook. Just a phone call away, or just a text away, or just, to get in contact with me. I'm not hard. I
Yeah.
make myself visible where you can see me. Okay. But anything in life that you want on this side, you got to work hard for it. Nobody's going to give you anything. And
Facts.
life's still going to be lifing when you get through.
And I could vouch that she telling the truth, because it took us about 5 minutes to schedule this interview.
that's it. That's all it
So
was.
that's all it needs to be said.
Easy peasy, easy peasy. But I tell you this, keep God first in your life.
Amen.
God will open some doors, Trip, Eric, that no man can ever close. And he'll close doors that no man will open. If you keep him first and give God all the glory, because that's who ultimately it matters. It matters to him. And one thing about God, he's a jealous God. And he's not going to share his glory with nobody. So all the honor and all the glory goes to my God, my Lord, and my Savior Jesus Christ.
There you go.
Amen. With that being
And I
said,
leave you guys with that.
yes, indeed. For myself, Trip Young, my co-host, my brother Eric Sanchez, aka Legend in 2 Games, and the legend Tina Hutchinson, who will be back with us next week. We up out of here.
Yes.
Peace.
Love you guys. Peace out.